Hey everybody, I've got a little follow-up video for you here. So about a month or so ago, I did a live show, and during that live show, I unboxed this locomotive, which is one of the new Lionel N&W 2882 locomotives. I actually bought 3 of these, but this is the weathered version. These are weathered by Harry Heike, and the way it works is that Lionel sends the locomotives over to Harry, he weathers them, he sends them back to Lionel, who in turn sends them out to dealers and so forth. So I was really excited because this is the first time I had bought one of these Harry Heike weathered locomotives. However, when I unboxed it, I noticed that the weathering paints were coming off whenever I would handle the engine, and it looked really bad. And at the time, I really didn't know what was causing it. I didn't know if maybe he wasn't using a sealant or maybe there was some issue with the paint. I wasn't sure. And, I kind of said, well, I'll try to fix it myself because I do have some weathering gear up in my workshop. But Harry Heike got wind of that video, and so he contacted me and asked if he could make it right, asked me to send the engine back to him so that he could fix the weathering. And so I did that, and it came back to me about a week or so ago, and as you can see, it now looks perfect. He fixed all the weathering issues, and everything is great. So since that live show, I've given some thought as to what might have caused the paints to rub off like that. And I noticed that once I let the locomotive sit out at room temperature for a couple days, the paints had completely cured and I could no longer rub them off. They were perfect. But those spots where it had rubbed off, that happened right when I initially took it out of the box. And that made me think that it was maybe one of 2 things going on with this particular model. First of all, it might have just been a simple mistake where the model was placed back into the box before the paints had a chance to fully cure. And in that case, it just needed a little more time at room temperature for those paints to dry and for the locomotive to be safe to handle. My second idea is that, I bought this engine in the middle of summer, and summer here in Georgia is very hot and muggy. And, sitting in the box, it was in hot warehouses, it was in hot UPS trucks, and perhaps maybe those high temperatures caused the paints to soften a little bit. And again, it just needed a little bit of time at room temperature in order for the locomotive to be safe to handle. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's purely an academic discussion at this point because Harry fixed the problem, the engine looks perfect, and for me, it's now a non-issue. I will say that in the future, I will probably get one of these again. Harry usually weathers an engine in just about every catalog, and having seen this one, I now know how good they look, and I'll definitely get one again at some point in the future. And I would also definitely recommend getting one of these, not despite the problems that I had, but because of them. Now you may say, wait a minute, why would you get more excited about a product when a mistake was made? Well, it all goes back to something I've said many times over the years on this channel, and that is that mistakes happen. It's part of the human condition. Everybody makes mistakes from time to time. Whether you're buying a model or an automobile or eating in a restaurant, you're going to have issues that come up from time to time. And in my view, the way that a company or an individual handles that mistake really says more about them than anything else could. It really tells you about the character of that company or that person. In this case, Harry heard there was an issue with this model. He offered to make it right, and he did make it right. And so to me, what that means is that Harry Heike stands behind his work. And that, at least to me, is a big deal in this day and age, standing behind your work. He does that, and so I know that I can order one of these again in the future with confidence, because if there is an issue of any kind, I know he'll make it right because, like I said, he stands behind his work. To me, that's a big deal. Anyway, that's about all I had to say about it, so I will end this video by running this locomotive for just a moment. Like I said, I'm filming a video where I'm reviewing 3 of these 2882s, and that video will be out soon, so I don't want to run it too much in this video, but I will give you a little taste. Anyway, that's it for now. Enjoy the ride. I'm Eric Siegel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
This is the dispatcher. Start up and hold. Over.
Okay, let's get to work. Out.